How's it going, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Back from vacation. So it's been like, what, 2 weeks about since I last streamed? No, more than 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3. A little more than 3. Maybe. You know what? I'm not gonna count. Bad maths. Anyway, but yeah. So hopefully I know where I'm at. I know we were on case 4, so there's that. I remember we're defending Van Zeeks, and also that Gregson is dead? Question? I'm not sure. I mean, he's probably dead, which is sad. I don't want Gregsy to be dead. Other than that, I don't remember too much. So as we play, maybe I'll remember what happened. Maybe if I look at the court record, I will remember. But yeah, continue. Okay, so we were still in investigation, I guess. I don't know. It says investigation part 2, but I don't know if we were in investigation still or if we... Oh, you know what? I think what happened is we just did a trial. And then we just did the beginning part of the next thing. Yes. Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we just did the trial. Oh, I remember. Okay, so we were the defense. Kazuma was the prosecution. There was the guy that was like, he was in disguise. I guess we don't have to. Yeah, he was in disguise as this. So Gossip is actually Daily Vigil, which is what I think I suspected pretty early on because the hair was like kind of obvious. There's Kazuma, and then he, I guess as some sort of trauma response, was like didn't want to remember what happened, and then Kazuma kind of forced him to remember, kind of like how Kazuma was forced to remember after seeing the visage of his father as a waxwork, and now we don't know what he's like. He had a fucking breakdown in courtroom, which I don't blame him for having a breakdown, because that is not really the best way to remember what happened 10 years prior. But yeah, so this morning's trial. So, how did it go in court this morning? Oh god, I forgot all the voices here. I forgot all the voices I did. Well, we still don't know the truth about what really happened, but one thing's increasingly clear. Lord Van Zeeks definitely didn't do it. Oh, goody. Aw, I love Iris. I miss them. I miss this cast so much. Yes, that's right. We managed to uncover several new facts as well. The voices probably won't be in the best quality either, just because when I was out, I was a little, not sick, but like, maybe a little sick, I don't know. But I'm better now, it's just my allergies been kind of like dumb, but I'm okay, no worries there. And, there was another development too. Kazuma. Yes, it's quite clear now that Kazuma-sama is not himself. The way he's acting, it's almost as if he's possessed. I know. I mean, at the end of the proceedings earlier, he was like a bloodhound the way he was chasing down Mr. Vigil's forgotten past. Poor Mr. Vigil, by the way. I mean, I think he wasn't innocent in a lot of things, but like, or like he's questionable because what is he doing like in disguise, and anyway. Maybe I'll remember. I feel like something happened in the last stream I'm just forgetting. I don't know. We'll see. He's not normally so mercilessly persistent. Oh. What's going on in his head, I wonder? I really need to sit down with Kazuma and try to understand what he's going through. I mean, I don't know if he'll sit down and talk. If Gregson was really murdered the day before his body was discovered, then Lord Van Zieks has to be innocent, you see. What? The day before? Well, that should be easy enough to work out, just by examining the corpse, surely. Well, I don't know. Yes, you would expect so, but curiously, no time of death was included in the autopsy report. Right, okay, I remember. There was no time of death, which is why I kind of speculated that maybe he's not actually dead, but then he could also be actually dead and they just kind of mucked with the autopsy report. And we know they're not, we know that they're definitely willing to do that. At least Scythe was, so I'm not 100% sure if the others would, but we'll see. That is curious. There are still unanswered questions about Lord Van Zieks, though, aren't there? Do you mean... I mean, what was he doing there on Fresno Street that day in the first place? Well, according to the man's testimony, he said he was investigating Inspector Gregson, didn't he? Which is weird. Oh my god, I have to... Hold on, I need... I need a recap. Okay. From what I remember, we went to Sholmes' suite. 2 red-headed people arrested. Gone. Sholmes red hair for all of a sudden. Because he drank chemicals when he probably shouldn't have. Oh, whoops. When he probably shouldn't have. Lady comes in. Looking for husband who's missing. Which is this guy. She's looking for him. We look around, we hear Gregson's dead. We're like, oh my gosh. We go to Fresno Street. We see a picture of her at the place. But we also see, like, police, papers, I guess, documents. So we think that's where Gregson went all the time. But then didn't he also say he used, like, a pseudonym as well to get the place? Oh, but then he was told by Gregson to rent the place, wasn't he? Oh my god. This is what happens when you don't play a game for like 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. You just forget everything. Yeah, Tobias Gregson, there's no time of death. And then... Right, and then the firecrackers, and then it was a timed candle thing, so it made it sound like a gunshot was shot at that time, but it wasn't, maybe. Everything's all so confusing. And it turns out that little room was actually the inspector's secret office. Oh, that sounds like it has all the makings of a wonderfully devilish plot. But then why was that notice board in there covered in all those particular papers? Papers about cases with a link to the Reaper. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about all this. Or I wonder if the Reaper got suspicious of Gregson, whoever the Reaper is, and then found Gregson and shot him, because maybe Gregson was getting too close and figuring out who the Reaper actually is. Or something like that. Because he doesn't believe that Van Zieks is the Reaper, I'm assuming, because they are close or were close. And Van Zieks has already told us that he's not really the Reaper, and I'm inclined to believe him, because he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would just kill people for no reason. But he's only keeping the Reaper name because he thinks it helped keep crime low, which I think is kind of bull, but anyway. So, maybe there's something, like someone figured out that he was putting all the points together and almost figured out what was happening, but we'll see. We must start by looking into Inspector Gregson's movements of late. I hope it's that easy, but things like this are never quite easy, are they? I never imagined I might have to be investigating an inspector's movements. Well, according to the entry in his diary, he was carrying out an incognito investigation of the Red-Headed League the day before his death. Oh my god, the voice isn't coming out. Oh, you mean he was doing the same as Hurley? Well, I mean, succeeding. Herlock Sholmes, or Herlock Sholmes didn't even get into the club, mind you. Well, Mr. Sholmes was trying to apply, whereas the inspector was supposed to be investigating. I do wish it had been the other way around. Anyway, as it turns out, the inspector who went to investigate the Red-Headed League that day wasn't actually Gregson at all. It was Mr. Vigil, in possession of Gregson's identification. That's true, yes. Okay, I'm remembering now. He gave the identification to Vigil to go. Establishing an alibi. Oh my, yes, you're absolutely right, Iris. But why would Gregson need an alibi? It's not like he's out to murder someone, is it? Huh? It would appear that the inspector had something to do that he wished to keep secret. So it made it look like he was investigating the Red-Headed League. I don't believe it. I always thought he was just a harmless lover of fish and chips. Oh no. But perhaps they were seasoned with something a little more potent than salt and vinegar. I don't believe that. Ryunosuke, they're notorious for not having... Anyway, let's continue. I think perhaps we should try to move away from food analogies. Well, anyway, if Lord Van Zieks felt the need to investigate Gregson... Yes, I agree. We must try to find out what he knows. So about Mr. Vigil's condition... Vigil, you say? Isn't that the name of the lady who came to visit Hurley yesterday? It is. Glad you remember when I don't. I mean, I remembered, but I almost didn't. That's right. To ask Mr. Sholmes if he would help her to find her missing husband. Only Mr. Sholmes completely passed the buck to us. Actually, didn't you say that Mr. Vigil had been taken to the hospital? Yeah, he had a fucking breakdown, dude. His brain's... Poor guy. Of course it is. That's where Herlock was. I'm starting to wonder if all the other hospitals in London have closed down. No, don't. Do you not remember St. Bartholomew's? Bart's? That's another hospital. That's where Olive Green was at. We did in court. Well, I suppose I have, by accident. And 10 years ago, while Mr. Vigil was the chief warder of the prison, he was responsible for overseeing the professor's incarceration. Thank you, Susato. I almost forgot about that. No! So, when the convict escaped, he was held responsible and immediately dismissed. Aww. Sometimes I really don't want to grow up. Aw, Iris. Nobody wants to really grow up. I mean, kids want to grow up because they think adults can do anything they want, but then they realize... There's more. For 10 years after that, while he was ostensibly working as a peddler, he also had another secret job. He was paid by Gregson to be a stand-in to impersonate the inspector. Hey, Payne, what's up? How's it going? Thanks so much for the, 2 months. Much appreciated, thank you. You're back, howdy. Howdy to you too. I'm back! From vacation. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I have absolutely no idea. Oh, Ginny was right. I'm starting to think all adults are up to no good now. No, Iris! Don't think like that! Including you, Bruno. Where did this come from? I haven't paid anyone to impersonate me. That means he has ties to the Professor and to Inspector Gregson, though. So I do think we ought to pay a visit to Mr. Vigil, don't you? I mean, if he's okay with it. Back to St. Sinners, then. Alright, let's go. Oh, I don't even have a choice. We're going. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It was just this. Okay, I thought it was going to fade to black to St. Sinners. I'll be like, don't I get a choice to go? Aw, Iris! We don't need the gun, though. Oh, Iris! You're even more enthusiastic than usual today. If anyone has anything to hide, my special Wilson shooting iron will soon set them straight. That water pistol? Stuff full of piping hot extra special blend of mine. Then I'm quite sure it will be very effective. Yeah, Iris, please don't, though. People are gonna get burned. I'd better be careful not to hide anything. Well, it feels a little strange that Mr. Shelms is nowhere to be seen, but still. Let's go and see what we can find out. We're all ready. There we go. Alright, let's go. Oh wait, hold on. I want to check something really quick. Wait, no. No? Okay, never mind. Alright, let's go. Oh, we can't go to any of these. Oh, well, I know why we can't go here, but... Here we go. While it's still a different hospital from St. Bartholomew's, the interior is exactly the same. Wait, no one's here. Why? These must be the patient's treatment notes. Let's see. Tendency to jump from windows. Remember to place cushions at base of wall outside. Don't... Okay, so this is definitely... Mr. Vigil's, his bed. Aren't we a story up from the ground here? Oh dear. Poor Mr. Vigil. Yeah, it's definitely his. I can't help feeling that there's a better solution to the problem than a cushion, though. Finding something you'd lost isn't always a happy experience, it turns out. Pursuing the truth can be a very dark business sometimes, can't it? Yeah, I mean, we needed to know the truth, but... I don't know if this is the right way to do it. Is Chisato gonna be like, don't drink any of this? Chisato, please. I don't think he'd be stupid enough to do that, though. Well, at least there seems to be a little lock to secure the cabinet doors. Yunosuke, don't... Okay, fine, whatever. I don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I worry you'd break the lock. Please. I'd be more worried about the fact that she thinks you'd eat medicinal pills just because you're hungry. No. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No, I don't want to see the skin. Skip. There we go. Well, he's not here, but I'll investigate a little bit. This notice caught my eye before, actually. I suppose it's some sort of slogan for the ward. A cheerful welcome message, perhaps. Watch it be, like, super negative. Let's see. Pay with good cheer, leave with good cheer. What? Well, look at that. You were spot on, Miss Chisato. It is full of cheer. I wonder how many discharged patients pay their medical bills with such good cheer, though. No, exactly. Once I had a very painful injection when I fell ill with a cold. I felt awful already. So why did I have to suffer the sting of the injection as well as the bill? I yelled at the doctor. I mean, I get it, but I'd rather have a shot to get better than continue to be in pain. What's this? Endlessly obliging. What? But now I'm curious who this person is. I mean, what if Mr. Vigil suddenly declared that he'd like to take a trip out the window? Would this endlessly obliging patient simply open it for him and say, "Be my guest"? Let's check with the doctor later. No. Okay, so Vigil is not here. Alright, never mind then. Maybe here? The Lord Chief Justice's office. Here they are again. Oh, is he getting... Oh no, is he in trouble? No arguments, Prosecutor Asogi. You will continue with the trial exactly as I instructed. Is that clear? Perfectly. It's Kazuma-sama. Defying Lord Strongheart by the sound of it. He never did know when to back down. Oh, we've been noticed. On your way now, Asogi. My lord. Alright, bye. Oh no, he's here. He's still here. You okay? You look like you're in some trouble. Kazuma? No, never mind, he left. God damn it. He left without saying a word. Yes, what are you doing here? Well, I was hoping to ask you a few questions if you wouldn't mind. I wanted Van Ziek's trial concluded today, but Prosecutor Asogi's unwelcome inquiries are going to make it take longer than necessary. Unwelcome inquiries? As a result, I'm losing even more precious time. Currently 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 41 seconds. 42, 43. Dude, you check the time like I check the time. I'm always like, breaks at work, I'm like, by the second. No, not really by the second, but still vigilant. Then we must resolve everything before 3 hours have passed, Mr. Naruhodo. In a miraculous not even 5 minutes. Anyway, I can't let the man's obvious bad mood put me off. I need information. I don't want to talk to him though, he freaks me out a little bit. I don't want to talk to him though. Does Prosecutor Asogi believe that Lord Van Zieks is the Reaper? I wouldn't know. It was 10 years ago, in that fateful closed trial, that Lord Van Zieks made a name for himself among the judiciary. But the next trial he fought, he lost. It meant the ringleader of a criminal organization was acquitted, thanks to all the jurors being under duress. But that's awful! See, maybe that's why they have like interviews when they try to choose the jury. Or not interviews, well I guess it is technically an interview, but like they ask you like questions like crazy. I mean, I've never been asked questions because I never actually got to be asked questions, so I spent 3 hours in jury duty doing nothing. But anyway, the man's freedom was short-lived. He lasted just 3 days. Yes, let me see. He died in a rock slide at his place of work, I believe. In a rock slide? Wait, but, I mean, it sounds like coincidence, but if there's like a pattern, not of the way they die, but like there being deaths every time, that can't, who would orchestrate a rock slide? That wouldn't kill just him, it would kill many people. Unless it was only him in the building of that person's workplace. Correct? That was the inauguration of the Reaper of the Barely. And people believed Lord Van Zieks was responsible. He was brought to trial himself, but he was shown to have been an accident. So he must have had a solid alibi then. Okay. Nevertheless, the mysterious deaths continued. In total, 16 persons perished in unusual circumstances, ostensibly at the hand of the Reaper. I wish I could make my voice lower, but I cannot. Well, the Reaper's true identity may well be revealed by this trial. And the impact that revelation would have on the British public cannot be understated. Is that why it's a closed trial? Precisely. Well, but... Okay. Okay, but... I know, the last one being the professor, right? Hey, there we go, yeah. Actually, we heard that originally you were going to prosecute that trial yourself, Lord Strongheart. Van Zieks entreated me to relinquish the prosecution to him, that he might avenge his brother's death. And here we are, 10 years later. With the son of the man Van Zieks had condemned now looking to avenge his father's death in the same way. I don't know. I don't know if that's... Huh. I like my organization to run smoothly, in the exact manner that I prescribe. Well, life doesn't work that way, dude. The pigeons. There they are. Or doves. As with the giant clock in here, I won't tolerate a single cog being out of step with the others. So that's what all these gears are about in here. I mean, he is obsessed with time. Or being on time, so... Well, okay. Well, now I'm concerned, though. Alright. Alright. Keep your secrets. I'll figure them out. Let me guess, you're out of time. You have other things. 3 hours? I mean, it's not as weird as last time. Last time was like, what, 11? 12? Excuse me? I wasn't here asking you questions for 3 hours. It was 2 questions. Exactly! Even though we miraculously managed to fit everything in not even 5 minutes. Hey, that poor time management is not my fault. Okay, but are you gonna say yes or no? He has an office? Oh wait, no, in Van Zieks' office, probably. Alright, we'll leave. Let's go to see him at once, Mr. Naruhodo. Kazuma's my best friend in the world. But I'm really not at all sure I know how to talk to him at the moment. I don't know either. Something's up with him right now, and... Wait, does he have his own office? Oh no, it's just... Alright, here we go. Here we go! What's with this angle? Oh, the thing in the middle is now Fresno Street! The little apartment. The flat. Cute. Oh, not so cute anymore. So, this is the office of Prosecutor Asogi now, is it? Why is she smiling? No, Sato, this is Van Zeeks' office. The bats are still there. Where is he? Well, it looks like our journey here was wasted. The prosecutor appears to be out. Perhaps we should discuss things with another prosecutor we know first. Okay, fine. We'll go to... Alright, here we go. Back and forth. Oh, the usual ace attorney. I miss this. Alright, Van Zeeks. We've got some discussing to do. If I don't remember all the details, I apologize. Yo! Oh, Iris! Lord Van Zeeks is reading. Look. He doesn't seem like he wants visitors, does he? Well, no. He's in prison. But he must have noticed that we're here, surely. Oh, are we doing this again? We're talking as if he doesn't know that we're talking about him. He's like, can you stop talking about me behind my back while I can hear you right here? There he is. He's like, what do you want? What do you Nipponese want? I mean, we're not all Japanese. There's Iris here. That's no way to greet the lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it? Perhaps not. Huh? I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo? Every time he calls Ryunosuke by his name, I'm just like, oh my god, I forgot. He's not calling him just Nipponese anymore. Lord Van Zeeks, speaking earnestly. Oh, the fog will lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow. Guys, you're making this too much of a big deal than it actually is. I mean, it is kind of a big deal, but still. This does feel very, very strange. He's like, do you want me to speak to you normally or not? I must say, I was impressed. Oh, well, thank you. Not by you, by your fellow Nipponese. Your prosecutor friend. Wow, great, thanks. Oh, I see, yes. It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nipponese, to be entirely at the mercy of the two of you. I suppose. It's retribution for having played the part of the Reaper all these years. Well, you're not the Reaper, though. I mean, can you give me some praise, though? Like, give Ryunosuke some praise. He's trying his best. You got another day of trial. You're not guilty automatically in the first day. And with no jury, you know. Come on. You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe you were the Reaper because it helped reduce the amount of serious crime that took place in London. If keeping quiet and playing the part benefits the cause, a cause I myself am committed to pursuing. then why would I choose to say anything? But the henchman of a criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day. And that was the most recent of many attempts on your life, wasn't it? Someone is clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you. Obviously, but I think he doesn't care. Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him. Or rather, expose the organization. Wait, you think there's a whole organization pretending to be the Reaper? Unless it's the Red-Headed League. But, I mean, I don't think they would be doing that all on their own. It has to be, like, someone from really high up to be able to pull this off and let them go. And continue doing all this shit, you know? Huh, okay. It's inconceivable that all those accidents were orchestrated by one man. Unless they're higher up. No, the Reaper always appears to have very accurate information about the accused in each case, which can only mean that somebody at Scotland Yard is involved. Or someone higher up, I believe. It's taken me many years, but I finally identified the central figure in this Reaper organization. I don't believe it. Van Zieks, I don't believe it. I don't think it's Gregson. Not at all. I think he's trying to figure out who the Reaper is, so he can identify the Reaper and help you. Because there's no way that the guy in this photo, who's very chummy with you... Where is the photo? Hold on. You know, very proud of little young Babby Van Zieks. There's no way he's the one that would, like, frame you as the Reaper or allow you to continue to be used as the Reaper. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Van Zieks, I don't believe you. Gregson, the Reaper. No, he's not the Reaper. I think Gregson was in, like, very close to finding out who the Reaper is, and that's why he's dead now. So, the reason you were investigating Inspector Gregson is because you intended to expose him as the Reaper? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't think he's a Reaper at all. As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person. It's a highly secret organization with close ties to Scotland Yard. But there's no doubt that Gregson was a key member of that organization. I don't believe either, Sato. I don't.
Are you saying that that he was behind all those awful criminals meeting there?
I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. Nope. He was the tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the marks and plot their assassinations. In order to do that without arousing suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi. No, I think he did that so that way people would think he was investigating something else while he was investigating the Reaper. That makes more sense to me. Vigil knows nothing of the Reaper, but the room he rents on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Gregson would have met the assassin there for briefings. So, we don't actually know who carried out the killings, then. Actually, I do have a name. What? Wait, what? You... What?
Well, if you can name the man, you have the true identity of the Reaper already, then.
Oh, if I can name the woman. Wait, what? Hold on. No, she's dead. Van Zeeks, that lady's dead. Also, Assassin, I didn't really make this connection before like an idiot, but it's fucking assassin, so I'm sorry, but Miss Assassin or Giselle Brett has died. I don't remember how long ago, months ago, I'm guessing. Wait, what? Shin? I like her theme though. Miss Asa Shin, the true name of a terrifying killer I know only too well. She came to Japan posing as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Wilson. Then, just when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan and conviction, the mysterious woman was herself murdered in a small summer beach hut by a I-10 many memo. And that woman was actually the Reaper of the Bailey? No. I mean, I'm sure she had part of it, but I don't believe she... No. No, of course not. We can't mention it here. The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson. Because Iris doesn't know, and it's very likely that the man was her father. Iris? You know, I am curious though. I was thinking about it. So Sholmes was on the boat from Japan to the UK, was he not? Because he was on the same boat that we were on, or Yunosuke was on. So I wonder if Sholmes already knew. Like, does he already know that Wilson is dead? I mean, he couldn't not know. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, we gotta bring it up, though. Kazuma, isn't it? Kazuma Asogi. You say he's a friend of yours. My best friend. He's the whole reason I got to come to Britain. He was all on his merits. I have nothing but respect for him. Well, yes, I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And I had a fine demonstration of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing. In fact, his flawless performance very much reminded me of his father. Genshin Asogi, the professor. I'm not surprised. It's very like the people in power to do such things. In many ways, Asogi was carving out a kanka from society that we British couldn't deal with ourselves. I see. But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint Van Zeeks was a noble and upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Why did that damned Nipponese have to go and take my brother's life? I wonder if there's something more behind this than we know, than Van Zeeks knows. Oh! Give me a sec. Sorry, I dropped my controller. Things happen. Okay. In spite of having once saved mine. So, Asogi saved his life once, and so he's confused. Why would he save mine but kill my brother? Ooh, what happened? It was 10 years ago, on a foggy night. So everything happened 10 years ago. What was to be the professor's final strike had sent a wave of panic through the capital. So Clint Van Zieks had already been killed at this point then. So he's confused. Why would Asogi protect him after having killed his brother already? Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. And he didn't know he was a killer at that point. Yeah. Of course, at that point, I had no idea of the true nature of the man at my side. All of a sudden... Don't make a peep, you're coming with us. Who's saying that? Oh, baby Van Zieks! We were surrounded. All of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves. Clint was not only from noble heritage, he was a brilliant prosecutor as well. Oh, poor poor Baroque! The scum of London hated the sight of him, and they had no sympathy for his younger brother either. I'd been targeted several times before already. Oh no! I could hear them murmuring among themselves. I knew they were after me. But just when I thought my time had come. If I let them kill you, Clint would never forgive me. It was Asogi's voice, just a whisper in my ear. Wait! That doesn't make sense. Why would he say that if he was the killer of Clint? Now interesting. Interesting. After that, I don't exactly remember what happened. The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled street. Blood was seeping from his left hand. He'd shielded me. Interesting. Something is fishy here. 2 days after that, he was arrested. I see. 2 days later, they arrested him. On suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer even, the Professor. Was it because he shielded Van Zieks? That someone's trying to frame him for something he didn't do? Huh. All at once, I lost the brother I revered, and the foreign friend I held in such high regard. Oh, I don't know what happened to my voice there, sorry. I'm so sorry, Lord Van Zieks. Wow, this is really sad. Aww. I want to give you a hug. Well, thank you for confiding in me.
The Professor, the Reaper, and Inspector Gregson. I wonder just how intimately related they all are.
I still can't quite believe that Gregson was essentially the Reaper. I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. Oh, right! She's never met him! Yes, alright. Let's head back to the Great Waterloo Hotel then. Bye, Van Zieks. Sorry I couldn't give you a hug, but you probably don't want one anyway. Just making sure. Okay. Oh, so we can go to the Waterloo Hotel now. here we go. Iris looks very excited to be here.
I thought it yesterday, and I think it again today. This place is so princely.
It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling you'll think the same tomorrow, too.
My tea has a finer fragrance than whatever they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say?
I don't know. I've never had the tea here before. Is it the judge? Oh no, it's Dad.
Father! Oh! Ew, is this your daddy, Susie? How lovely!
What a charming young lady. And you are? Really? So, you're the author of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, are you? Oh, I don't think I've seen the animation before. So cute.
That's me, Iris Wilson, at your service, sir. Susie's been such a wonderful friend to me over the last year, you know.
Well, Miss Wilson, I must say I read your work regularly and with much interest.
Iris actually lives with Mr. Sholmes, you know, Father.
Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explain the bright look in your eyes. Oh, she's so cute! I love Iris. You wouldn't be smiling so early if you knew just how bright she is, believe me. Now then, young Naruhodo, it was a pleasure seeing you in action earlier. As an invitee of the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery, after I twisted some arms. And I must say, it was a truly exemplary performance. Oh, well, thank you very much. Although I'm fairly sure you omitted by Kazuma on the other end there. No, please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me. He really read your mind there, Ryunosuke. Really? You didn't miss a step against Asogi, and we all know how capable he is. Really, to have matured into such a fine defense lawyer in less than a year is quite extraordinary. It's very kind of you to say. And really nice to hear. Because everyone's like, I think, because even Van Zeek's was like, his performance was great. And you were like, oh, you mean mine? He's like, no, the other Japanese guy. Asogi. So it's nice to hear. Well, I mean, okay, I actually remember this. I haven't forgotten that you had a favor, but you never actually got to tell me what the favor was. So, I'll try, but I don't know what it is. Oh, no, you did mention something, didn't you?
But first, we have something to report, Father.
Susato, please, I want to know what the favor is. I want to know what the favor is, Susato, please. Of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further? God damn it. Hey, crew buddy, what's up? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. And yes, I'm still streaming. I actually started late because jet lag is sucks. So I still haven't fixed my sleep schedule yet. So late stream today. So not too much was missed. I wonder where Judge Jigoku has gone to. We haven't seen the judge in a while. About the Reaper first. I'm curious about the judge, but more about what you think about the Reaper.
Father, do you know about the so-called Reaper of the Bailey?
I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it to me all to me yesterday. Of course, when I was a visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge. Do you even know who the Reaper is? Oh, there we go. Lord Van Zieks, who was in the dock today. That was Baruch, the younger brother of Clint Van Zieks, I believe. Yes, it was.
That's right, and he's known throughout London as the Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all those mysterious deaths. It was somebody else.
I still don't believe the explanation that Van Zieks had. I can't believe it. I see. So, what you're saying is, there's been a professional killer at work here. Exactly. Though I do wonder if Asashin actually is part of the Reaper thing, but I don't know. Someone by the name of Asashin, in fact. I beg your pardon? Did you say Asashin? Yeah, Giselle Brett. Wait, shh. No, Mikotoba, stop. Mikotoba. She doesn't know yet.
Professor Mikotoba, I think perhaps you shouldn't discuss this right now. Or we shouldn't discuss this right now. Because a friend of the professor's talking about is Dr. John H. Wilson.
And that's not something we want Iris to find out about. Not like this, anyway. Oh, dodged a bullet. No, wait, don't bring that up. Do you know, didn't we just say we didn't want to talk about it, and now it's part of the the discussion options? Absolutely not. No. God damn it. Alright, we'll bring it up.
I've just remembered something. Biscuits. This hotel has the most delicious looking biscuits.
Oh, Susato. I guess it was.
She's doing this deliberately. I think I'll go and see if I can purchase some.
Is she gonna take Iris with her? Oh, she is. Iris is too good of an eavesdropper. She is. She's always listening.
Oh, yes! You just trying to leave me behind.
There they go. Oh, Susato, good job. So, that young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she? Yes, that's right. And she's the author of all these adventure stories starring the great Detective Sholmes. She's like a cat, you gotta distract her. Yeah. But the name of the accredited author isn't Iris, is it? No, it's a pseudonym. It's Dr. John H. Wilson. Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see. Oh dear. But he was murdered last year by Giselle Brett. Why? Why would the hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan? Iris knows nothing about that case, but it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. L. Wilson, was her father. Oh dear. He was never the great detective's partner. What? Wait. Wait. I'm confused. Well, John and Wilson are both common names after all. But the combination of John Wilson, I don't know. That's what we thought, yes. Oh my god! Iris! You scared the shit out of me. Oh, they smell delicious, Iris. How long do you think she was probably listening for? Jesus, give me a heart attack, why don't you? Alright. What about the judge? And then we'll get to the favor that you've been trying to ask me for the past day and a half or so. I haven't seen Judge Jigoku for a while, have you? Guilty! No, now that you mention it. I haven't seen him since this morning either. I suppose since the symposium's opening was postponed, he'll have gone to explore at the great exhibition. Then what about you? Why aren't you exploring, dude? Wait, he was? Oh right, he was! Because he was trying to defend Genshin, I think? Or mitigate, yeah. Managed to break the witness stand? How do you do that? Did he have his hammer at the time too? Oh dear. How do you do that and become a judge? I know, like what the fuck? What did he... Oh dear, although it's worryingly easy to imagine him doing that. Well, that's great for you guys, I guess. Oh! Yay! Oh, so cute! Even though Ryunosuke looks really constipated right now, and Judge Jigoku is not a happy person. Not happy looking. It certainly seems to shout, "We've arrived in Britain!" A photograph taken in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel on the morning of Professor Mikotopa and Judge Jigoku's arrival in London for the symposium. I am curious though, like if this will have any importance to the case, because it's interesting. That it's interesting that we have this in our court record now. And interesting that I'm in uniform. Yeah, I'm not actually wearing this right now. Alright. Whatever. Not a big deal. Alright. What's the favor? What did you need from me? We got interrupted yesterday and a little bit interrupted earlier today, but here we go. So, you mentioned a favor that you'd like to ask me. Oh, the music going away. I knew it. Well, this fateful trial that you're fighting, one way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany me back to Japan. Why? Why? You want me to do... What? Wait, why? 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 Wait, do you want my help to help with... What? Maybe? Japan's judicial system is in its infancy, especially when it comes to defense.
Oh, you mean...
The Supreme Court of Judicature is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer. Ooh, cool. I mean, kinda like sucks because he made a lot of friends here, but also like cool because it means he trusts us. He believes in our... what's the word? Anyway, he believes in us. I mean, to be fair though, Japan's judicial system isn't that great anyway. I mean, not the judicial system, but like their bias towards prosecution rather than the defense is still kind of, you know, but still. But I've not even been in London a year yet. I've read all of Sisato's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs. Wow, way to put a lot of pressure on his, a lot of weight on his shoulders, dude. Okay. No, Iris!
So, you'd be leaving then, Bruno? But then, what am I supposed to do, Father?
Come home. No.
Oh, yes, she's supposed to be Cosmo's assistant.
Our government is still in the process of deciding how best to deal with this situation, though. Oh, no! You've always chosen your own path, Susato. And I trust your judgment. In this matter, also. Oh. Dude, that's a lot of pressure, though. Poor Inosuke. Now, why is there legal red tape just because they thought he died? I don't know. Everything's confusing. Okay. Please, the pair of you, don't look so downcast. It's merely a suggestion, you understand. I hope, if I'm honest. But I won't force you. I mean, now it's gonna happen, though, now that you've brought it up. Yes, alright. Oh no! No, Iris! Don't look so sad! The thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Cosmo's will. But it turns out that he's still alive, so... Where does that leave me? Complicated. Oh dear. You brought some tension to the room, Mr. Mikotoba, but... oh dear. We'd love to entertain you as she takes out her gun. Stop. The one that can give you, like, severe burns? Alright, thanks. Alright. Yes, I will. Going back home. You know, Kazuma-sama's always been a great deal to my father. Always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all this. It's wild to spring that on him in the middle of his trial. Yeah, that too. Though, I mean... Huh. No, yeah. I was trying to remember if the first time he was trying to ask the favor was before the trial or not, but I don't know. Either way, he was in the middle of investigating, I think, so it is pretty wild. Like, you're gonna bring this up and then suddenly, like, have him not be distracted? Like, that's a big deal. What? When did you get here? Sholmes! God damn it, dude. How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now? Mr. Sholmes? Harry, where have you been? Why, I joined you all for tea, of course. What an extraordinary question. No, what? I didn't notice you at all. No matter. How, anyway, to more pressing concerns. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It's a matter of much urgency. To Japan, you mean? Her dad? Who's gonna... I see. Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow. But he's not... Wait, hold on. But he's not bearded. I mean, he has a mustache, but he's not bearded? Huh? I don't think what father sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Sholmes. There's not a moment to lose. Kindly ask your trusty unshaven father. What is with the... I will, but what is it? What does it say? No, I want to read it though. Oh dear. You may be surprised to learn that I'm a very busy man. I certainly have no time to hide behind cities, or I know that I looked up how to pronounce it before, but whatever, and eavesdrop on other people's conversations. That's what you've been doing this whole time, though. So that's what joining us for tea meant. I leave the sending of this in your hands then, my dear fellows. Alright, thanks. And he's off. Oh, wait a minute! Mr. Sholmes! He just sort of ran off, didn't he? At quite a pace. And left the unpaid bill for his tea behind, too. Wait, I want to read it, though. I want to read it. No. Let me read it. I want to read it. Enough with the gun. Oh, and they're off too. And there was me thinking everyone would be clamoring to pay Mr. Sholmes' bill. Of course not. He probably got the most expensive tea too while he was at it. Okay, so we can either go to the prison or the prosecutor's office. I want to check here out really quickly to see if there's anything new, but I don't think there would be. Oh, I guess there is. Never mind. Okay, maybe not. Let me just see though. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything new here. Alright, let's see if Mr. Vigil is in his bed this time. Is he finally in the room? I know, we were here earlier, Susato. To be frank, I'm a little worried about seeing him again. Oh, yeah, there he is. The lawyer. Hello again. I don't remember what voice I gave you, dude. I'm sorry. It's been too long. Are you feeling better now, Mr. Vigil? Yes, thank you. Somewhat better. I'm so sorry to have caused you to... I mean, it was because of me. If I hadn't exposed your secret and forced you to remember things, you'd obviously try to forget. These poses are making me think of Eggert again. The prosecutor was here until a few moments ago, too. You just missed him. Kazuma beat us to it. I mean, we were here, but you weren't, so... He said much the same as you. He was very apologetic. But the truth is, I brought all this upon myself. Please don't think like that. He is just like the... What was his real name again? I don't remember. Hold on. Ashley Graydon. There we go. But what is with these guys and these poses? I want to know. Keeping it from Avery, my wife, all these years, I've carried such a sense of guilt. But that's not the worst of it. Over time, I obviously came to deceive myself as well. You're just like Mr. Ashley. With all those movements and shit. Looking back now, I'm beginning to think that perhaps Inspector Gregson didn't stumble across me by accident at all. Huh, okay. I mean, he compensated me so generously for acting as his stand-in. He was clearly concerned for my well-being and doing what he could to help. So perhaps Gregson knew exactly what had become of Mr. Vigil all along then. I'm sure this is just desserts for 10 years of lies and deception, but... it wasn't me that helped the professor escape 10 years ago. It wasn't me! I swear it! I swear it's true! Okay. I'm sure you'd rather not dredge up even more from your past at this time, but if possible, could you tell us exactly what really happened? He looks like dead. Can we let this guy sleep for a little bit though? Alright, it's up to you, dude. I just want someone to tell me what I should have done. Poor guy. Inspector Gregson was obviously engaged in a special operation of some sort. He was investigating something that even Scotland Yard couldn't know about. Details of the Reaper's marks, yes. He does, and that wound around his neck looks bad still. I know, it's still so dark. Like, dude, you need to relax, rest a bit. After this, go to sleep, okay? Sleep for... Just chill. You need it. It was when he had to carry out these investigations that I would take his identification and impersonate him. You pretend to be the inspector and carry out investigations on his behalf. No, never. A common street peddler couldn't possibly carry out a proper police investigation. All I would do is go to the specified location and make a little hoo-ha.
Just something to leave an impression, so everyone there would think a detective called Gregson was here.
Oh, okay. I see. So he wasn't actually going to investigate the Red-Headed League, even though they are very suspicious.
So, you would always make a point of sharing Gregson's identification and generally being loud. That's what the inspector asked me to do, yes? Well, that's one way of becoming a legendary detective, I suppose. Not a good one, though.
Oh, Iris. Yes, you did, and it's still very bad looking. Okay. Okay. Alright, here we go. It was at midnight on 17th June, 10 years ago. That was the time scheduled for the execution. But the professor's execution never actually took place, did it? Or rather, the execution itself must have been used to effect the plan of escape. I hardly dare to imagine what a chilling plan it was. Barclay was renowned for being the highest security prison in the country. Everything that went in or out of the place was searched multiple times. But there was one notable exception. A pulse? Or rather, one notable loophole. Something that was never questioned. I have a feeling I know what that loophole was now. The coffins in which the bodies of the executed convicts were placed, correct? Again, they just probably never checked the pulse to make sure he was actually dead. Okay. Wait, why was Iris... Wait, that bit with Iris showing up for a second there, why does she look so pouty from that comment? I'm so confused. When the executions took place, only the executioner and the coroner were permitted inside the chamber. I would wait in the adjacent room for word that the condemned convict was dead. So he wouldn't know if he was dead or not. On that occasion, once I had the confirmation, I went into the mortuary to find a lone coffin as usual. The procedure was that I would sign the paperwork, having checked the coffin, then nail it shut. But for some reason that day, the coffin was already nailed shut. So he wasn't to blame at all! What the fuck? He got fired for nothing. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I assumed that my deputy must have checked the coffin and nailed it shut before I arrived. So, you mean the coffin contained... Yes, I can only imagine that Asogi, having escaped his execution somehow, was alive inside the coffin. It's so weird to scapegoat him. Yeah, especially because they know how the thing's supposed to work. Like, he doesn't even need to confirm that the person's dead. He just needs to confirm that the coffin is ready to go and then nail it shut. So why ruin this guy's life? He wouldn't have known if Asogi was still alive or not either way. Asogi could just, Asogi Genshin could have just pretended to be dead and he wouldn't question it because, you know, the coroner can't be wrong. And I think they said that they do full autopsies here anyway, so I don't get it. It's a bit unnecessary. Whoops. I dropped the controller again. What is wrong with me? Hold on. Hold on. Alright, here we go. And now we know that the coroner was corrupt from the last case. That too, yes. The coffin was then taken out through the main gates and deposited in Lowgate Cemetery. Presumably, there wouldn't have been enough air inside to breathe for long. But if it's wood, then it shouldn't really matter. I mean, unless they really, like... Well, no... You know what? I don't know. So in the early hours following the burial, someone dug up the coffin again to set Genshin free. But, in the end, he was fatally shot in the graveyard anyway. Never going to understand the need for higher-up people to scapegoat somebody when something gets published. Yeah, people found out with the whole gravestone thing, but still... Yeah, I mean, they found out, but like... I don't know, it's weird. I think they're just trying to make an issue to take... I mean, that's what a scapegoat is, right? To put the blame somewhere else to keep their attention off of them, but it's still, like, weird. I don't know. Because it still brings attention to them that there's someone in the thing that's corrupt. I don't know. Whatever, it's weird. What on earth really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night, I wonder? Who knows? I'm afraid I really don't know. All I can say with certainty are two things. Asogi couldn't possibly have escaped that way without help from somebody working in the prison. And that somebody was not me. Ooh, what if it was Caden? But then he was all like, I don't trust you people anymore or something because of Asogi, but also maybe that could have been a front. Who knows? Or Gregson. I like how he's sandwiched even though we know who he is. He looks somewhat familiar somehow. Obviously, you knew the man then. The professor, I mean. Genshin Asogi. Yes, I remember him well, in fact. Would you mind telling us what you know? If you're okay with it. Well, having been condemned to death as he was, any contact I had with the man was short, obviously. After that trial, which was carried out behind closed doors, attended by only elite members of the judiciary, they called for his execution to be carried out at the earliest possible opportunity. Which is why it was a closed trial. As I was the chief warder, I oversaw his short stay in the cells until his final hour. I remember being struck deeply by his noble character and incredible resilience. That's an interesting description someone would have of a prisoner, but alright, let's hear what you gotta say. He was a killer of many men, but he was always quiet and polite. He was a gentleman and a man of intellect. In fact, I couldn't bring myself to believe that what he'd done, so I asked him one day. I like this angle. Those 5 members of aristocracy whose lives were taken, were you really responsible? Okay. I'm guilty of the unforgivable crime of ending another human's life, yes. Now, that didn't really answer his question, did it? You're guilty of the unforgivable crime of ending another human's life. But you didn't answer if you did the thing, if you killed those 5 people. Boo, cryptic. Yeah, I know. Like, dude. So that makes me wonder. Well, yes, he killed someone. He ended someone's life. But now I wonder if he actually did kill his 5 people now. Because that doesn't answer shit. The following day, the closed trial took place. And the verdict was no surprise. Guilty. Guilty. That night, when he was brought back to his cell, I saw something. Something unusual. Tell me! Tell me! I need to know. The lost will and testament of Genshin Asogi. Wait, where is the will then? This case does great with suspense and I hate them for it. Half joking. No, yeah, but like I love it because they do it well, but I hate it because I just want to know what's going on. It's so frustrating. Where did you see the will? As I said, it was on the night following his trial, after he'd been found guilty. I was doing the rounds of the cells, and when I looked into Asogi's, I noticed that he seemed to have a sheet of paper in his hand. Asogi's family would say some cryptic nonsense, though. It tracks. No, that's true. That makes sense. When he himself is also very cryptic. As soon as he noticed me, he hurriedly shoved it behind his back. Now, where could that last will be? Isn't it normal for a man to pen a will when he knows his death is nigh? Yes, that's true. But there were special conditions to Asogi's incarceration, you see. Huh, okay. Well, even though he was held in a cell designed for condemned inmates, he was allowed to keep his personal effects with him, with one exception. That is weird. Did he keep a sword? So similar to Giselle Brett, even though she was a fake. Okay. Interesting. He wasn't permitted to have writing materials. Got it. Specifically, no pens or paper. So that's why he hid it. Okay. So, he was prevented from leaving any written record of what had happened to him. Yes, that was the long and the short of it. I have no idea where he obtained that paper. Any writing material would have been confiscated from him upon his incarceration.
As I said, he hid the papers behind his back, and then he pleaded with me. What did you just hide behind your back? Please, please turn a blind eye. This is my lifeline. So he was allowed to keep his sword. But you know it's against the rules. You're the only person who's seen. If you just agree to keep quiet. Alright then, but what's on that paper? Her last will and testament. This game made me go and study British and Japanese history for relations because the American education system did not teach us that. Oh, it definitely did not. It really, even when it was world history, it had to be related to the US or else it wasn't really taught much. Like, it was taught who was allied with who, kind of, and what happened with what, but like, only from the US perspective, I guess. And then like anything more intricate had to be related to the US in some way, which I guess makes some sense, because how would you know everything that happened abroad? But still, it's like, huh? Also, is it a Sherlock Holmes game if it isn't missing a will? I know. This will is the only weapon I have left now. Alright, Genshin Asogi. How can a will be a weapon? Oh, Yunosuke, a written word can be one of the sharpest weapons ever. Like, what do you mean, Yunosuke? You are a lawyer. Exactly! You're a lawyer, of course the will can be a weapon. Oh my god. This silly, silly boy. So I decided to pretend I'd seen nothing, and I let him keep his will. But then later, it just seemed to vanish without trace. He hid it. What? What do you mean it vanished? It would seem that isn't the end of the story of this mysterious will. I know he's kind of new at this, but not that new. I know. He's been in London for a year, and I know, like, a few months of that were not, like, in a courtroom, but he was still studying law like crazy. How would he not know? I was the only person who saw Asogi's will, but somehow it disappeared. He was after Asogi's execution, which is actually an elaborate jailbreak. The warders gathered up Asogi's possessions that were in his cell. They were all to be sent back to his family home in Japan, you see. Which is why Asogi, Kazuma actually has the sword, okay. To poor Kazuma-sama. Also, come on, Susato, throw him for that. Yeah, Susato should know better too. We should have a hiya! And then have him thrown to the ground. And you're saying that it wasn't anywhere to be found among his personal effects? The will, I mean. That's right, though I didn't search through them myself. But Governor Caden was livid. He was screaming. It cannot have disappeared completely. That doesn't quite make sense to me though, does it? Wait, hold on. Wait. Governor... So maybe what I said earlier was correct. Governor Caden was livid. He was screaming. It couldn't have disappeared completely. Wait, so why would he be worried about looking for the will when supposedly no one was supposed to know about the will?
The only person who was supposed to know was Asogi, Genshin, right? And Mr. Vigil. So why would Kaden know that the will existed? If that's what they're worried about. If that's what they're worried about having disappeared. So it's weird that they would be so angry about a missing will that they should have no idea about.
Well, we'd understood that only Mr. Vigil was aware of the will's existence.
Exactly.
In which case, how did the prison governor know to look for it?
Oh, yes, you're right.
I really don't know how he knew, but it certainly seemed as though he knew of the will's existence from the outset. Only he didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was the Asogi papers. What?
What?
I really can't tell you anything of the subsequent events.
What a weird way to phrase that. Yeah, it is weird. The Asogi papers.
Because, well, of what happened. Your dismissal, and the way you blocked it all from your memory. I'd forgotten all this until today. I don't suppose it's relevant to the case, though. Well, anyway, thank you very much for sharing it with us, Mr. Vigil. We're very grateful.
Jeez, okay. Okay, now go rest, okay? Go to sleep. You need a break, dude.
My wife Evie will be here shortly, so I do hope I don't appear rude, but...
No, not at all. Thank you again.
But what will become of you now?
I mean, he didn't really do anything wrong, but... Well, I mean, yeah, but the police officer told you to do it, so I don't know. Oh, come on! Give this guy a fucking break.
I'm so sorry. Don't be, please. This was all my own doing. I always knew that this day would come.
Aww. Well,
I wish you well. Goodbye, Mr. Vigil.
Wait, what? Wait. Dude, you scared. Oh, yes, what is it? Wait, you know where they are?
The Asogi papers. I'd be very grateful if you'd make no mention of the things I told you about them. Presumably for some good reason. It's my understanding that their very existence is a closely guarded secret. If it became known that I'd remembered... well, it could be rather troublesome, I think.
Because he'd be super in trouble, yeah. No, dude, if we even mention it, it will be... we won't even mention you. But we'll try not to mention it.
I understand.
Now, come on, rest. If he goes missing, no! He's been through enough!
Some sort of will that Genshin Asogi penned just before his death, which the man himself claimed was his last weapon. I wonder, perhaps it had something to do with his plan to escape.
Maybe he'll get lucky and Gina will be on his case. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know if that's lucky, though. Okay, that's also true, though.
Huh. If there's anyone who might know more about the document that Kazuma's father left behind...
Oh, no, I don't want to talk to him, though. But how are we supposed to bring that up without bringing up Vigil? He's not supposed. No, that he just, he just said not to talk about it. Look at him. Look at the poor guy. Do you want to give him more stress? Oh my god.